Imagine being born with super strength, the ability to fly, and the power to take down entire planets. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, not if you're a Viltrumite. In fact, being born a Viltrumite might just be one of the worst things that could happen to you. At first, it seems like they have everything: power, long life, and control over others. But when you really look at what it means to be a Viltrumite, you'll see that their lives are full of pain, pressure, and things that make being one of them really terrible. By the end of this video, you'll understand why being born a Viltrumite is not something anyone should want. Viltrumites are born into a brutal, unforgiving society. From the moment they're born, they are not given the luxury of a normal childhood. There's no playtime, no learning about the world, and no room for freedom. Their lives are about one thing only: training, fighting, and preparing to take over planets. From birth, their value is determined by how strong they are. There's no room for softness, no place for compassion, and definitely no time to dream about things other than power. All that matters is whether you can survive and if you can conquer. If you're not strong enough, you won't just be ignored, you'll be eliminated. And this isn't just some abstract concept in Viltrumite culture, it's their reality. Imagine growing up knowing that your life is not about love or family, but about killing and surviving. The idea of showing weakness is a death sentence. If you show fear, doubt, or mercy, you're seen as unworthy, unfit to be the part of the Viltrumite empire. You can't be human. You can't be emotional. You're only valuable if you're the strongest. It's a constant battle to prove yourself, a battle where failure isn't just a possibility, it's a death sentence. This isn't some fairy tale where strength means everything is possible. For Viltrumites, it means everything they love can be taken away in an instant if they're not strong enough. If you can't fight, if you're not the strongest, you're nothing. But wait, it gets even worse. The reality of being a Viltrumite goes deeper than just endless training and fighting. It gets darker, and here's why. Viltrumites might seem like the strongest beings in the universe. They have near invincible strength and almost godlike abilities. But their power is actually a curse. Instead of leading them to happiness, their strength turns into a constant burden. Because they're so strong, Viltrumites are always expected to fight, to prove their worth, and to maintain their dominance. It's never enough to just be strong. They have to fight, to kill, and to dominate constantly. And if they ever decide to stop, if they ever let their guard down, they risk being replaced or killed by their own people. Imagine living in a world where you are constantly being pushed to prove that you are the strongest, not just for a few years, but for your entire life. There's no break, no rest, no time to just be yourself. It's a life where you're only valued as long as you can fight. And here's something that makes this all even worse. Viltrumites are not only strong, they live for centuries. That's right, they live for hundreds, even thousands of years. Sounds amazing, right? But think about it for a second. What does it really mean to live forever? For a Viltrumite, it means watching everything you care about fade away. It means watching generations of people grow old and die while you stay the same. Your family, your friends, your loved ones, they will all eventually die, and you'll be left alone, forever watching life pass you by. The longer you live, the more lonely you become. You'll outlive every relationship, every bond you ever built. Eventually, you'll be left with no one. And over the centuries, life becomes less and less meaningful. What's the point of living forever if everyone around you is gone? What's the point of having so much power if you can't enjoy it? This long life, once seen as a gift, turns into a curse. As a Viltrumite, you experience the slow loss of everything you've known and loved. You'll become disconnected from the world, unable to make real connections because you know they'll never last. You're trapped in an endless loop of time, a loop where you see everything change while you stay the same. And there's something even more tragic about living forever as a Viltrumite. They get bored. When you live for hundreds of years, you start to lose the meaning in everything. You've seen it all. You've fought the battles, you've conquered the worlds. But once you've done everything, what's left? You start to feel like there's nothing to live for. You begin to lose interest in everything you once cared about. And this is when many Viltrumites fall into despair, because they start to realize that all the power in the world means nothing if there's nothing worth fighting for anymore. But here's the kicker. Even with all that power, even with all that strength, the Viltrumites are never truly free. Their empire is built on a single principle: conquest. And the worst part, they can never escape it. No matter how much they might want to leave the empire or do something different, they can't. If they try, they become enemies of their own people, hunted down and destroyed. The system is so tight and so unforgiving that even the smallest act of rebellion is punished with death. Viltrumites have no real freedom. They are bound by their empire, forced to follow orders, forced to fight, forced to live the life of a warrior until they die. There's no room for peace, no room for rest. And that's the life they are forced to live, generation after generation. And the most tragic part of all, the ultimate end of the Viltrumite life cycle is a meaningless death. When you've conquered everything, when you've wiped out every enemy, there's nothing left. You've spent your whole life in battle, and when there's nothing left to fight, you're left left empty, with nothing but a broken existence. So, when you think about being a Viltrumite, think about all of this. Think about the endless fighting, the emotional isolation, the constant pressure, and the emptiness that comes with living forever without meaning. It's not a life anyone would want, no matter how much power they have. Being a Viltrumite isn't a blessing, it's a curse. It's a never-ending cycle of violence, loneliness, and despair. And that's why, in the end, it sucks to be born as a Viltrumite.